G'day gamers, Aussie Wargamer here in Moree, Australia, and welcome to my channel. Just wanted to make this video going live, I suppose. Just a nice, cruisy, relaxed discussion. First off, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Hit 100 subscribers, which is fantastic. Stoked on that. So thanks for giving that sub. If you're not subscribed, I'm on the way to 500. And there may be a giveaway along the way. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thanks for giving the sub. If you shared my or retweeted my Bretonian night, thank you. That post went a bit nuts, at least nuts for my little Aussie Wargamer Twitter. So that was great as well. Just thought I'd do Vince's topic of the week this week and chat about competitive lists and what it means to be competitive. Does the word competitive mean that you're putting together a list that is just going to smash face, or does it mean something that you can give a good battle to, you can use to have a good game and have a good fight? First off, I just need to say that I don't build lists depending on their competitiveness at all. All my list building is basically what models I want to play. Sometimes there's some sneaky gamey stuff in there, using dire wolves as battle line, or just to fill the battle line, and they've got that great little battle line roll or whatever it is. But generally, they're models that I want to play, a theme that I want to run to, or something like that. So yeah, I'm not a competitive gamer at all. I love going to tournaments and playing competitively, but I don't really care if I win or lose. Obviously, it's nice to have a win, but that's not what I'm there for. I'm there to have fun and to put together a kick-ass army that that I'm really going to enjoy playing, and that's what it comes down to. I think is that enjoyment that you get from pushing your models around the table. I put way more thought and time into my army's themes and the way that they look and the way that everything is tied together than I do building lists that are going to be super competitive. But in terms of the topic of the week, for me, if a list is competitive, I'm with Vince on this one. It's a list that holds its own. It's a list that, depending on who's being their general, who's roll, the dice rolls and that kind of stuff, it could win games. It might not be top tier. It might not win at every tournament, but it's going to win. It's going to win some games if the dice rolls go your way. I reckon a competitive list is a 3 out of 5 list. If you can win three games out of 5, then you've got a pretty competitive list on your hands, I reckon. It can hold its own. If I ever make a 3 out of 5 list, then stop the press, because that's not happening at all. I think Bris Vegas, I was 2 out of 5. I don't think I've ever won more than 2 out of 5. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm in there to have fun and to roll dice. So I did absolutely demolish an opponent in a friendly game the other day, running Vordry, Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon, and 15 Blood Knights plus other stuff in a Legion of Blood army. And by the top of turn 3, my opponent had 5 Liberators left, and I had only lost 1 Blood Knight. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I don't build competitive lists. I just play to have fun. So tonight I'm working on my to demonstrate I guess putting together a Bretonian Sylvaneth mashup for CanCon. Working on a knight here trying to get a modeled effect on his tabard that is super out of focus. I don't know if you can see that, but trying to get a modeled effect there. And I've sculpted some leaves. No, you can't see it. Lighting is terrible in here, but I sculpted some leaves on the tabard, so it's like transitioning. The whole idea is that these guys are magically transformed into Bretonians by Alariel. So there's some transitioning there from the leaves into the tabard. For on the knight from the wood, the vine, I guess, into the lance. His little a little rope around his helmet is a vine and that kind of stuff. So it's all about Lariel magically transforming these guys, I guess, into Bretonians because she feels like she wants to have a bit of fun as the Lady of the Lake. So there's a bit of Arthurian stuff going on there, and trying to bring Bretonians into the mortal realms, which is good fun. So I've been working on that. Just got my Alariel today. I just bought Alariel herself. I didn't buy the whole box. Just off a buy, sell, swap site, because my plan is to build a Wardroth beetle that's actually made out of water, or looks like it's made out of water. So she's sort of standing on this big watery beast. To represent that idea of the Lady of the Lake and that kind of stuff. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. At this stage, I'm going to sculpt something and then cast it in resin. But if there's a better way, if I can sculpt it clear, I haven't figured out how yet. There's a hot glue, but that's going to yellow over time, so I don't really want to use that. So yeah, trying to figure out how to do it. But at the moment, it's I'm looking to sculpt something and then cast it in clear resin, which will be pretty cool. I'm trying to think of an idea for her wings as well, because not quite sure about the leafy wings. I don't know that they really fit with the aesthetic that I want for her. I'd much prefer to use those leafy wings as a Pegasus, to put on a Pegasus for my Bretonian Lord, who will be my general. And then for my Green Knight, I'm going to use some Nighthaunt bits to make him a little bit more ethereal and mystical, which will be pretty cool. I don't actually have a Green Knight model. They're great, looks great, but that's not the look that I'm necessarily going for. So I'm going to go for a much more ethereal, sort of mystical look, and mash up some I don't know whether I'll use hex rays or what's his name, the guy that was on foot for Malign Portents, a Knight of Shrouds, the mounted Knight of Shrouds, and mash it together with a Bretonian Knight for my Lord. So I'm pretty excited about putting that one together. And then I'm thinking for my damsel, I think I might put her on a stag from the Wild Riders kit. I think that'd be pretty rad. I've got some ideas for Colonel Hunter and Tree Lord as well, which is going to be cool. So I'm super stoked on putting this army together, having a lot of fun with it. If anyone has any advice on mottled texture on tabards, I'd love it. I've just been using like a foam brush that I've cut down and sort of daubing it on, and it looks all right. I don't know if there's enough contrast in there. We'll see how it goes when I paint up all the straps and gubbins and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think he should come up okay. I'm hoping he'll come up okay. So yeah, I wanted to do something that'll look really cool, but isn't going to take me a huge amount of time, like doing freehand or anything like that, because I'm painting an entire army and a fairly complex army in terms of conversions and that kind of stuff in 12 weeks. So that's going to be a challenge, especially considering I've got little kids, 8 and 5. So we'll see how we go. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching, as always, and subscribe if you want to hear more of my voice. Catch us later.